What's up, Bills Mafia? Welcome back to Buffalo Beat News, your home for everything Buffalo Bills. You guys already know the deal. This team is always looking to get better. Every week, every snap, every practice, they're working to perfect their game so that when it matters most, in January and February, they're the ones holding that Lombardi trophy. But before we dive into today's exclusive story about Josh Allen's powerful comments after that tough loss to the Patriots, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Let's keep growing this amazing Bills Mafia family together. Now, let's get into it. Let's be honest, guys. Last week's loss to the Patriots was tough. The Bills looked off all night. Sloppy penalties, turnovers, mental mistakes. It just didn't look like the Buffalo football we've come to expect. And it hurt even more because it happened at home, in front of the Mafia. The Bills fell to 4-1 on the season, still one of the league's top teams, but it didn't feel that way in the locker room afterward. Josh Allen didn't sugarcoat it, he didn't make excuses. Instead, he called it exactly what it was, a wake-up call. In his post-game comments, Allen's honesty stood out. He told reporters, "I think it's a wake-up call, a reset, whatever you want to call it. We had been getting by in previous games, maybe not playing our best football. But when you play a team that does everything the right way, credit to them, they came into our home with a great game plan. It wakes you up. Every week we're going to get the opponent's best. We have to play up to our standard, because in the NFL, every single week has to be earned, and that starts in practice." That's vintage Josh Allen right there. Accountable, self-aware, and fired up. It's exactly why he's not just one of the best quarterbacks in the league, but one of the best leaders in the NFL. You see, there's something different about the great ones. They don't deflect blame, they absorb it. They don't hide behind stats or excuses. They look in the mirror and find ways to get better. And that's what Allen's doing right now. Through 5 weeks, Josh has been on fire. He's thrown for over 1,200 yards with 9 passing touchdowns and added over 200 yards and 3 more scores on the ground. Those are MVP-level numbers. And remember, he's doing it with a young receiving core led by rookie Keon Coleman and a banged-up tight end group. But even with all that success, Allen is still focused on improvement. He knows the Bills haven't been playing their best football yet, and for him to call this loss a reset moment says a lot. It's not panic, it's perspective. He's saying, we can be better, and we will be better. And that's exactly the kind of mindset championship teams need after a tough loss. Let's put this into perspective. Since Sean McDermott took over in 2017, the Bills have been one of the best teams in the NFL when it comes to bouncing back after a loss. In fact, McDermott's record after regular season defeats is an impressive 30-13. That's nearly 70% wins following a loss. That's not luck. That's culture. It's accountability. It's leadership from guys like Allen, Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, and Dion Dawkins, veterans who set the tone inside that locker room. Every time Buffalo gets punched in the mouth, they respond. And that's what this week is all about. Response. This loss wasn't a setback. It was a wake-up call. And if you're an opposing defensive coordinator watching that post-game interview, you're not celebrating. You're terrified. Because if Josh Allen feels like he just got woken up, good luck stopping him. Now, speaking of leadership and accountability, let's talk about one of Josh's favorite targets, tight end Dalton Kincaid. Kincaid has been huge for Buffalo this season, coming off a breakout performance against the Patriots where he put up 108 receiving yards. He's been one of the few bright spots in the passing attack. His chemistry with Allen keeps growing every week, and he's been the spark this offense needs, especially when defenses focus on Coleman and James Cook. But there's been some concern. Kincaid popped up on the injury report this week with an oblique injury. He was a limited participant in practice, but here's the good news. This seems more precautionary than anything serious. Reports from Orchard Park say the team is optimistic he'll be ready to go for Monday night's matchup against the Atlanta. And that's massive because Kincaid's versatility opens up everything for this offense. He lines up in the slot, stretches the field, blocks in the run game. He's doing it all. If he's on the field, expect Buffalo to go back to more of their 2 tight end sets with Dawson Knox, which could help the offense find that rhythm they've been missing. If, for some reason, Kincaid can't go, Rookie Jackson Hawes would step up behind Knox, but make no mistake, the Bills want number 86 out there. Next up, the Atlanta Falcons. Buffalo's defense just faced the power run game of New England, and now they'll go up against one of the NFL's best young running backs in Bijan Robinson. This will be a big test for the Bills' front seven, especially after allowing too many yards on the ground early in the season. The return of Ed Oliver could be a game-changer here. He brings that burst, that energy, that fight in the trenches. When Oliver's disruptive, it frees up guys like Rousseau and Bernard to make plays. On offense, Allen's message this week is simple: tighten up, limit mistakes, play smart, fast, and physical. Because this game isn't just about getting back in the win column, it's about sending a message to the rest of the league that Buffalo is still that team to beat.
Still, it's strange. Bass is a homegrown talent, drafted and developed by Buffalo. He's had some ups and downs, but his leg strength and accuracy in tough weather have been defining traits. If this season really does end without him returning, it could raise big questions about his long-term future with the team. But while the kicking situation remains uncertain, the Bills have bigger fish to fry this week, because Monday Night Football is coming, and they'll face a team that's more dangerous than their record suggests: the Atlanta Falcons. Let's set the scene. The Bills are 4-1, coming off a tough 23-20 home loss to the New England Patriots. A game where, let's be real, they just didn't look like themselves. Sloppy penalties, mental mistakes, turnovers, the kind of performance that leaves fans shaking their heads. But if you know anything about Josh Allen, you know this guy doesn't sulk, he responds. Speaking to reporters, Allen called the loss what it was: a wake-up call. He said, "We had been getting by previous games of maybe not playing our best football, and when you play a team that does everything the right way, it wakes you up." That's classic Josh, brutally honest and laser-focused. He's not sugarcoating the problem, he's owning it. And that's exactly why Bills fans love him. He's the MVP for a reason. Even when things don't go Buffalo's way, Allen is the first to take accountability, reset, and lead the charge forward. And he's going to need to be at his best this week, because Atlanta is no pushover. The Falcons lead the NFL in total defense, giving up just 244 yards per game. They've got a rising star in Bijan Robinson, who looks like a nightmare for defenders, and rookie quarterback Michael Penix Jr., who's been impressively composed for a first-year starter. McDermott had plenty of respect for Atlanta when he spoke to reporters. He said, "Robinson looks like he's going to be a real handful, very explosive, really good football player. Penix knows the offense like the back of his hand." And he's not wrong. Atlanta's new identity under Raheem Morris is built on speed, physicality, and discipline. Their defense is fast, their offense is balanced, and after a bye week, they're coming in rested and ready. So for the Bills, this is a chance to prove something to themselves and to the league, a chance to respond. Josh Allen knows what's at stake. He said it best: "The message after a loss is continuing to trust our process. We've got to play up to our standard every week. This is the NFL. Every week's got to be earned." And when Allen talks about trusting the process, you can tell he believes it. That mindset has carried this franchise from mediocrity to perennial contender status. Still, Buffalo's road to a rebound isn't without obstacles. The team's injury report this week is long and a little concerning. Linebacker Matt Milano and defensive tackle TJ Sanders both missed practice. Tight end Dalton Kincaid, who's been on fire lately, popped up with an oblique injury, though he's been limited in practice and is expected to play. Key contributors like Ed Oliver, Curtis Samuel, and Dion Dawkins are all nursing minor issues too. It's not ideal, but it's October football. Everyone's banged up, and the best teams find ways to adapt. If Buffalo wants to get back in the win column, they'll need Allen to continue his MVP-caliber season. Through 5 games, he's thrown for over 1,200 yards and 9 touchdowns, while rushing for 212 yards and 3 more scores. That's elite. That's leadership in action. And if this loss really did light a fire under him, it could be a long night for Atlanta's defense. When you hear Josh Allen speak like this, when you see how he handles adversity, it reminds you why Bills fans love him so much. He's not just the face of the franchise, he's the heartbeat. He owns his mistakes, he inspires his teammates, he leads by example. This wake-up call could very well be the spark that reignites Buffalo's push towards another deep playoff run. It's what championship teams do. They turn setbacks into motivation. And if history tells us anything, the Bills will come out swinging in Week 6. So here's the question, Mafia. Do you think this Patriots loss was exactly what the Bills needed to refocus and get back on track? And what's your confidence level in Josh Allen leading this team to bounce back in Atlanta? Drop your thoughts down below. I'll be reading and replying to your comments. And hey, if you love hearing these exclusive Bills updates and insider-style breakdowns, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss the latest from Buffalo Beat News. We've got more stories, more insights, and more passion for this team than anywhere else. Because at the end of the day, this is our team, our city, and our time. Go Bills!